up and I bumped it. Okay. Hi, this is Dave Ellis from AnnArborBeer.com. I'm at Ashley's Westland for the first annual Brewery Throwdown going on here. Tonight we are doing Wolverine versus Frankenmuth Brewery. I have the folks from Frankenmuth Brewery with me here. I have Jeff Brewmaster. I know this because it says right here. Jeff
on my boob.
Right on his boob. We have Joe and we have Chuck. So, and we also have the beer that they brought with them. And I'm going to ask you guys a little bit about each beer and tell our, millions of viewers here. Millions, I'm sure. About your beer. So the first one we have here is the Dunkel.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about the Frankenmuth Dunkel?
Sure. Frankenmuth Dunkel is really a Munich-style Dunkel, so it'd be like just the beer you'd find in Munich, Germany. And Dunkel, or Dunkel, correctly pronounced in German means dark, so it's a dark German lager. So it does not drink like any other dark that people have. This style of beer, and it's not just my style, it's any German style like this, is very, very smooth. It's got some nice notes to it, but boy, does it finish nice. It goes great with a lot of things like stews or some hearty things. How about brats? That kind of stuff goes great with. But I'll tell you what this goes best with: Oreo cookies.
Oreo cookies. Have you done?
Absolutely. This is exactly what. This is the adult milk. You will throw milk away.
Dunkel.
Exactly. Dunkel in the Dunkel.
Nice. I have to try that.
You have to. You'll never go back.
Cookies and beer.
We pair that Dunkel with the our deep fried Oreos at the restaurant, and it's people rave about it. We like to affectionately refer to this beer as a liquid sandwich.
That's right.
Very, very balanced.
It's tasty, and not quite as full-bodied or heavy-bodied as you would expect a beer of this color. A lot of people think that just because something's dark, it's might be too much. This is a nice, easy drinking beer.
That's the beer that the German monks would drink during the time of Lent when they would fast and not eat any solid food. They would drink this beer. As a matter of fact, exactly. As a matter of fact, this coming year, I'm going to do that. For 40 days, that's all I'm going to drink.
Nice. So we did that last year.
Yep.
Moving on, we have Batch 69 IPA,
yes.
which obviously not really a German style per se. But,
absolutely not.
Tell me a little bit about that and why you decided to brew an IPA as a German kind of traditional brewer.
Well, it's because we do a lot of different beers there, and this is an American style IPA. Batch 69 means simply that when the first time I made it was the 69th batch that we ever made there at the brewery. Up until that point, there was not an American IPA that was made in that brewery, and so we did the first. And my goal was to make a very drinkable IPA, one that would hit you up front with some great hop flavor, the American hops, citrus and resiny and piney and that kind of stuff. But then also it would finish with a dryness where you'd go, I need another drink of that. That was pretty good. Yeah, exactly, and that's what we were going at. Although there's a little surprise kick in that. The surprise kick is at 6.9, really, about 7.1% alcohol.
Doesn't taste like
it will sneak up on you very quickly.
Yeah. Buy a six-pack and drink it at home.
Yes, exactly.
Moving on, we have the Pilsner, very classic of the classic German styles.
Absolutely.
And also your flagship beer, I believe. I hear a lot of people buzzing about that Pilsner, so tell me about it.
Yeah, it's a traditional German Pils in the aspect that we make it the same way that any traditional German Pils is made, doing multi-step mashing and so forth. It's going to have a crispness to it. It's going to finish clean with a slight bit of a bite as a traditional Pils would. And I love that beer a little bit warmer than most people like. I like it near room temperature because I think you really get some pretty amazing flavors out of that light beer there.
Definitely, a lot of people drink beer really cold and think that's the way you should do it, but you get more flavor when it warms up a bit. It doesn't have to be, warm, but a little cooler than room temperature. You can definitely get more flavor than that.
At least when you're talking about craft beers.
Craft beers.
Yeah, you would.
Yes. Budweiser you want to drink very, very cold.
Yes.
If you're going to drink it. And finally we have the Winter Bock, fitting this is winter. Tell me a little.
Winter Bock is a traditional German Bock beer. Contrary to popular belief, it's not scraped off the bottom of the barrels and then water added to it and then carbonated. No, this is a beer that we precisely brewed exactly to look like that. I call it a winter warmer because it has a high malt character to it, so you have some malt in it. and it has just enough backbone and hops to kind of balance everything out really nice, and it's just great. It's great by itself. As a matter of fact, I love that in a Scotch glass, room temperature. I just think it's a great way to drink it, or even a brandy snifter is a great way to consume that beer.
Now, what would you Oreos for this? What would you have with this? have you found the perfect mate for that?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that goes really well with anything like duck, because duck being a little bit greasier, it'll stand up to it and really add some nice nuances of flavor to that. And so it's great to go, with that. Or again, if you go with a bratwurst or those type of things, it stands up very, very nice to that. Or by itself. I love that, like I said, Scotch glass cigar. Perfect combination.
Roaring fireplace.
Yes.
Winterbock's just a beautiful beer on a cold winter night. It'll warm me up. You gotta be careful because it's a creeper.
Yeah, what's that ABV on that one?
That's 7.
That's 7 too. All right. So.
And the IBU around 23, 24,
Yep.
right in that, so it's a very mellow beer.
Definitely.
Now, one of the things you notice with all the beers here, they're all very balanced out. They finish very nicely. They don't linger around, and they're just a good all-around beer. Each one of them, each different style, different flavors. And that's kind of the way we do it.
I think one of the things that Jeff's been striving for is drinkability. You find that really in all of our varieties and all of our styles. All the way up to New Year.
And of these four you see here, 3 of them are core beers. The Bad 69, the Duncan, and the Pilsner.
Those are available in bottles.
They're in bottles, and actually Winterbach is now available in bottles also as well. But it is a seasonal, but it's limited quantity to 100 barrels. 100 barrels of bottles and about 100 barrels of kegs.
That's a good segue to talk a little bit about the brewery itself. Frankenmuth is the oldest brewery in Michigan, 1862. Correct. First,
and it's actually the first microbrewery when the laws changed back in the 80s. From 1984, it was the first microbrewery. The second being the Detroit Mackinac Brewery, and the third being Bell's Brewery in, I believe, 86 or 87. But we were the first microbrewery when the laws changed as well.
Now, of course, there's been some ups and downs. There was a very famous tornado that shut the brewery down back in 1986. But you recovered and...
There's actually a fire before that. So we had a fire.
So
87 was a fire.
In 87, then in 96 was the tornado.
Yeah.
Took them 6 years to rebuild, and then the previous owner ran the facility for another 2.5 years. And then after that, it sat vacant for 2.5 years, and we, my investor group, we went in and bought the facility, and we've been up and going since really July 1st of 2009.
So what are your plans for 2012? Are you seeing sales increase, expanding, anything exciting you can share with our millions of viewers?
Yes, we are expanding. Our facility in Frankenmuth will probably be at 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 barrels this year.
Wow.
And actually we're doing a little bit of work off-site as well. It could be hopefully in that 10,000, 12,000 barrel range this year. If not a little bit more, if everything goes well. 15.
Those are my goals.
Yeah, we're not only in Michigan, now we're in Wisconsin, Indiana, and Pennsylvania, and Ohio is very quickly behind us.
Do you have any new beers coming out?
Well,
that you can talk about?
I do have a Baltic Porter that's going to be coming out in about 2.5 weeks, roughly.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. That one's a Russian-influenced porter, so it's done as a lager.
A little hybrid beer.
Absolutely. So it's kind of definitely a cool beer. But also, 2012 is our 150th anniversary. So we got some pretty cool plans set up for that, and we're going to have one heck of a party up in Frankenmuth.
Excellent.
So that'll be fun.
There you go. So you hear that, everybody? You got to get up to Frankenmuth sometime this year, try out these beers, and celebrate 150 years with these guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope
That's good beer.
that's good beer. I wish you luck in the contest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.